Welcome back, guys, to another Future Fridays. I am here with Eduardo from Tipped Crypto, and today we're going to be discussing everything about Tipped Crypto. So, how are you doing today, Eduardo?
Doing great, doing great. Yeah, I have a coffee in hand, and I am well caffeinated. I'm ready to roll. And thank you for having me on. Love your content, and can't wait to dive deep into what we have all to offer.
Perfect. I don't have coffee, but I do have water bottle, so that should be
Oh,
good
man.
for the conversation. So before we get started, all the official links will be in the description. So make sure you click on those links. You don't want to click on any dodgy links. Being in Web3 and crypto, you guys know you have to stay safe. And I did get them all from the official Discord, so make sure to join that. That link should also be in the description. And I'll put it in the comment section as soon as the interview is over. So you guys can have both sections to pick from. So for all the people that don't know you, who is Eduardo and what is Tipped Crypto?
Yeah, so I'm many things. I am a software developer with 10 plus years of experience developing large enterprise applications. I'm a crypto enthusiast. I'm a gala moderator. I'm a father. I'm a dreamer. I'm a builder. And most importantly, I'm the CEO of Tipped Crypto, who is creating a NFT OpenSea platform on Gala Chain, which we'll get into with the emphasis, of course, with community building. But yeah, that's who I am. And yeah, I look forward to diving deep into what that's all about.
So, how did you get into crypto? There's a story and question that everybody needs to know.
Yeah, so this was around 2019, 2020 time period. It's when I first decided to really be actionable. I was on the sidelines like many, right? You first are on the sidelines looking in like, what is this crypto thing all about? At the time and still to a certain extent, I was a big gamer. I love gaming. I played Rust, that survival game that's just toxic.
Mm-hmm.
I played that for too many hours, an embarrassing amount of hours. But anyway, and I was trying to bridge the gap. What's crypto gaming? And there was, this intersection, right? Which Gala is they first leaned into play to earn, right? So that's what really attracted me to that, and I just went really, really deep into that. I'm a founder's node owner. I own all sorts of different nodes, of course, from the ecosystem and other ecosystems. But yeah, that's when it started, and where my passion of gaming and crypto kind of came together, and I've been here ever since. So that's how I got into this crazy world called crypto.
It's good to know. Mine was 2021. I was playing Escape from Tarkov, and I had a Bitcoin generating machine,
Oh
and
yeah.
I think the Bitcoin's worth 100k rubles at the time. And within like the span of like 4 months, they went up to like 440k, and I was like, "Hang on, this is linked to a real life Bitcoin price, so I might have to start checking that out." And then I did the 100 hours rabbit hole, and ever since then, I've been in Web3 gaming and crypto gaming as my focus. I might look at meme coins because they seem to be popping off, and everybody's been posting about meme coins on the Twitter/X feed. So you never know. Maybe I could dabble a little bit in there, but the focus is Web3 gaming and mainly Gala. My community is Gala centered, and it's nice to see that what has happened in the last couple of years. So moving on to the next question: why did you create Tipped Crypto?
Yeah. So you know, Gala pivoted, right, to being a blockchain company within the entertainment industry. And me being in the software development industry and passionate about building applications, I decided to, you know, get off the bench and the sideline and be someone that can, reach this aspiration that I want. I want Gala to be successful.
Mm.
And the thought is, well, why can't I be a part of that? And so that's what I'm doing. Because in my opinion, a blockchain is only as successful as the applications that are built on it, and
Yeah.
as a third party. And so I want to be part of that solution. And I've events that, I know many different people from the community. They all want the same things that I want. They want Gala to be successful, and I want to be part of that. And as a node owner, I want this token to and the ecosystem to continue to grow. So That's why I know Gala Chain and Gala and why I'm building. And I'm a tinkerer, I'm a dreamer. So when I have an idea and I decide to execute, it's all I can think about. And so this is not a month thing, a week thing. This is going to be a multi-year thing. And I want to build something amazing. I want to be able to have the Morphsters or Tip Crypto T-shirt, and I want to be able to walk down the street and people say, "Hey, I use that application." That's one of those goals of mine, because I want to bring value, legitimate value, to the community. So anyway, that's my wild idea and dream, and I'm working towards that. I have a whole development team right now that's building this application. I've been working on it for when we first started to write code was about 4 months ago, and I've been working on this for the past 7-8 months. So this isn't something that I just decided to do last week. This is something that I've been dreaming about for at least a year and been actionable in the last 7 to 8, and been coding with the group. Well, I have developers that have been coding for the last 4. So anyway, that's where we're at, and kind of by passion.
It's good to know. It is true that most chains that don't have any activity on it tend to be dead chains. So it's nice to see you building on Gala Chain, which leads on to my next question: is that why did you pick Gala Chain out of like all the other chains that are there? Like, what is attractive about Gala Chain, say for example, compared to Solana?
Yeah, so it's well first it's Gala's on part of the what's called the bleeding edge of technology, and because it's new, it's very when a new technology develops, even though it's in a space that's mature, because crypto blockchain is maturing, is pretty mature, but Gala Chain is new, so it's bleeding edge. It's really, it's harder to be able to go from building an application perspective. Like if I were to build on another application, it would take me a month or so to build a similar application. It's very easy to do on, but with Gala Chain, it takes multiple months. I understand Gala, the community, what they want, because I want it, and so I'm building it. So it's what I call my unfair advantage. I know the community intimately, and so I also am in the software development arena. So why don't we put that together and build something that we all want, right? That I believe the community will appreciate, that not only I will be proud of, that the people that use it will be proud of, that even up to the benefactor, that he will be proud of, and it's their development staff. They'll be proud of what I built based on using their tools, right? Their SDK. Yeah, that's why I decided to pick Gala Chain. I am planning to be multi-chain eventually, but I really want to focus on gaming or the entertainment industry, and build community tools from an NFT minting perspective, like governance, for instance, being able to attach governance to NFT collections for maybe communities like yourself, where being able to implement governance is somewhat of a challenging thing, right? If you look a Web3 governance application, you have to have a token, you have to distribute the token. It's very hard to get people that aren't used to Web3 to utilize something like that, because it's very complicated, right? But I'm looking to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3, where utilizing maybe an NFT collection to peg against being able to use a Web 2 portion of our interface to do governance, to pose questions as serious as you want it to. So anyway, those are some of those aspirations that we're looking to do, kind of bridging the gap. And also that makes us different. But back to your original question, it's because I understand the community. I understand where they're going. I have relationships with Gala that will help me to be successful. And so that's why. And believe me, it's not easy. It's not easy, but I'm not afraid of hard things. So here I am.
Well, yeah, recently the Gala Discord hasn't exactly been what it used to be compared to the last several years, but it's still there. The community is still good, and they are mainly in like their own niche Discords now, but everybody is still there to support Gala and the Gala community. So that would bring me to the next question, which was, how will the platform work? You say it's going to be like the NFT marketplace similar to OpenSea, but considering Gala Chain is different to certain like normal chains on how it works, and we have NFT Harbor, for example, like how is it all going to factor into your idea of Tip Crypto?
Yeah, so and also to kind of clarify, because it is a little confusing with Tip Crypto. Tip Crypto is I would say the parent company, and then Morphsters is the platform that the company is building. And so the more, yeah, it is confusing. I should have actually just named Tip Crypto Morphsters, and branding perspective, it would made it a lot simpler because it is a little confusing. But Morphster's platform, the reason why it's going to be different than, let's say, Harbor and kind of my aspirations is that the platform is going to be focused on NFT minting. It's going to be on NFT creation. It will have aspects of OpenSea like peer-to-peer sales, to be able to an initial sale to a community. So when you use the platform, just like with OpenSea, when you create a NFT collection, you can then put it for sale, and then people could buy it. Then they could have their own personal profile, and then they can see what they've purchased, and they can see the assets that are on chain based on the NFTs that have been minted on the platform that they've purchased. And so my focus actually isn't, and this is somewhat controversial, my focus is actually builders. I believe that, for instance, you know your community better than I do. So if I, have my ear open to you about what tools you want to help you and your community, I want to implement those type of tools on the site to enable you to bring value to your community. So my emphasis, my building methodology is to really focus on enabling you, for instance, or enabling other communities, owners, founders, so they can be successful. And that's kind of my adoption strategy, which I think is different than most NFT platforms. A lot of NFT platforms really, because the revenue is really driven on, the initial sale and peer-to-peer sales, and they don't really expand on that. And so I really want to be, there's going to be standard features of the site, but I want to implement the other features that people really want outside of just minting NFTs. Some of the more successful NFT collections have their own website and their own tool set. But I want to create similar tools like governance and incorporate in the platform, and just right off the bat, if someone from your community owns an NFT, then you can have and utilize these features, which would save you time and money instead of you creating your own platform to create these, I would say standard or innovative features that are out there. So that's the strategy, which I think is different than most platforms. So yeah, that's how we're different than, let's say, Harbor, and my strategy long term of where we're going. And not to say that I used Harbor. It's a great platform, the first NFT platform on GalaChain, in my opinion, and they're doing amazing, and they're going to continue to do great. And I've been in communication with them, and what the rising tide raises all ships, right? And so I want more people building on GalaChain, and what NFT Harbor is doing is showing, and eventually myself, once we have our platform is live, is showing that GalaChain is actually a chain that you can build on and be successful with, and that's the goal. The rising tide raises all ships, and it's what's needed really to really meet my end goal, which is bringing excitement back to Gala in a different way, as a chain, as an entertainment chain. And so that's what I'm shooting for, and that's how I'm going to get there in my own way, of course.
One of the features that I would really like if you did have it on a platform, I've asked quite a few people about this, is like quests. So like certain objectives, if you complete, and then you can get a token or like points, and then you can exchange those points into something for the community. A good example of this was the Gala Tapper games. It was basically, just follow Gala, you'll get like 10,000 coins. Like this video, you get 10,000 coins. So like having a quest system like that on the platform would be really good for creators. They can customize their own quests, focus on what they want to increase. So for example, if I'm launching a TikTok channel and I want to get the initial burst of my followers over, you can just be like, I've got a new quest, just follow me on TikTok, and you get, for example, 10 monster coin. And then later on you could have a shop on the website, any collection, and be you can exchange 10 monster coin for a gaming session with Smilinmonster. That would be an idea. If you want to have your developers build that out, I'd be much appreciated. I use that all the time, but that is one of the things I've been looking at. You have Zeely and all of those platforms as well, but to use that you have to have a huge initial sign up, and it's not really catered to everybody, because you have to pay, I think it's £50 or £100 a month, and that is not worth it cost thingy ratio. If you have it where like you have an NFT platform and then you have the NFTs as a thing and the Quest platform, I think that would work out really well.
That's a great idea. I've not thought of that before. Yeah, I wrote it down, and I'll look into that, because that aligns with what I'm trying to accomplish, right? What I'm going to accomplish. I got to declare it right, declare it, and I think that's a great idea. So yeah, I'll explore that. Not to say it'll be day one or
oh no,
day
just
two,
in the back of your head,
but
like a feature.
yeah, yeah, and maybe I can work with you with maybe architecting of what that looks like.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, so
I'm
maybe
down.
we can collaborate on that. I have to first, I have to make sure the platform. I need the platform to go live, stabilize, but then these innovative tools that I want that will eventually deploy. Excuse me. I'm like, my problem is when you get like a great idea, like it spins in my mind and it's hard to get out. So yeah, I really like this idea. So yeah, let's talk about this more later.
Yeah, well, back to the interview. So do you have a roadmap that people can go and find, and what does it look like? Like, I know you want to get the platform up and running first, and then what are the features that you plan to do? Is it like next year or will it be a couple of years? Like, give us a brief outline.
Yeah, so I don't have a public roadmap. I have an internal roadmap. The features that are key is NFT minting. There's a couple variations with single minting and then mass minting, and then being able to do a revealing function. You remember when the Vox collections, when they sold, you didn't know what you were going to buy. It's a mystery which one you're going to be assigned, because they're a PFP, profile pic type, and there's rarity. So a feature would be able to have that we're working on is a purchasing revealing feature on the website to cater to that type of collection if someone's interested in having that type of sale. Another one is we're going to have an internal rarity tool on the platform. So I think it's rarity. The rarity tool that's used for the Vox collection. There is a formula to calculate rarity based on the traits. We're implementing the rarity on the platform as a default, just like with OpenSea, they have their own rarity tool. It's different than that rarity site. rarity. But anyway, another feature is rarity already built in. And another one is peer-to-peer sales is a big one. To be able to, once it's sold, users that own, let's say, your NFT will be able to sell it amongst themselves, which is key to the success of an NFT collection long term. Yeah, those are the main ones that are important to understand on the roadmap. Another one, I guess there's one more that's pretty important, is we'll have our own Morphsters platform NFT collection, and that's to show people that our platform actually works, right? So we have our own PFP collection. We're going to use the tool. We're not going to do it from the back end anyway. I'm going to use the tool myself. I might even record it, to be honest, just to kind of show you, hey, here we go. And I'm going to offer it for sale on the site, and that's going to be the proof of concept to everybody that wants to build on the site that the site actually works. So that's also key to the roadmap as well. And that NFT will have some features that will have a utility to unlock features on the site. And so that's another key piece in the roadmap. And so we have other things like a referral link also. So if you were to refer people to the site, you would be able to get a portion of the creator fee of those users that trigger. And that would be given to, let's say, yourself. If you were to refer users to the site, this would mean that those users wouldn't pay more. That just means that I would earn less from a creator platform perspective as a token appreciation to bring mass adoption to the platform. So I think that's also an innovative tool that no one really else is doing. It is also a key item to discuss on the roadmap. I don't have it formal. I have my own document, but it's not public yet. But it's something that I really need to do, and so those are the things they're noteworthy for everybody to know.
Well, you know how crypto is. People want to see white papers and roadmaps before they make any decisions. As for the revealing, make sure you reset the Chainlink data, because we don't want another Miranda's Fox situation where the account had the same data locked and they just kept minting the rare PFPs or the rare vox. So that is something to keep in mind. And that leads me on to the next question is, how does the tipped token that's currently on Gala chain like fit into all of this?
Yeah, so the plan is to use that to pay for services on the platform in some ways. We're not disclosing exactly what or how much, because I want the platform to be live. I want people to use the platform, and then I want to slowly implement it as a syncing mechanism, as a token that we can use after we've gotten to the point where we're stabilized and we have people building, and it can be used sustainably. That's important, because what's important for me is that this platform is actually serving its purpose. And then I want to incorporate things like a token that exists out there as to complement what I'm building. And so that's the goal. I do also have a morphs token. I'm probably not going to use that. I think it makes sense to just use the tip token for the morphs platform and any other possible platform that I might create. But first, we're going to focus on what's in front of us, the morphs platform. So just I have other things that I'm going to build, but one thing at a time. And so that's the end goal. The governance aspect, I think, is a perfect sync use for the tip token. To be able to maybe answer a question, and the tip token would be used opposed to Gala is an idea. To be able to pose questions to communities as a service, you use the tip token to be able to do that. So these are some of the ideas that I haven't fully fleshed out yet, because I'm really focused on getting the foundational side. But these are the things that I want to use the token for eventually.
So I'm guessing as well, like if you pay and tip, you'd get like people can set a discount. For example, if you pay and tip, you get 5% discount on the platform. And if you use like Gala or like any of the other coins, it'll be like a set default value. And then depending on how the governance works, or if you have like a set number of tokens that you're holding, you'd get additional benefits. Like I believe NFT Harbor recently did HBR bar, his token. And then if you have a percentage of that, you get like one free cancellation on like a bid, or like a percentage back of what you spend. So I'm guessing those are ideas that you'll slowly start incorporating into the token.
Yeah, those are definitely, there's opportunities there to use the token in that way. I do, it's very difficult to implement a token meaningfully and sustainably, right? So I want to tread very softly, because I don't want to get to a point where people are mad because the expectations don't meet, the hype associated to it. So I'm also trying to be very realistic with people, because this is not about the tip token. It's about the platform, and then the tip token being used meaningfully. And then from there, the sky is the limit. But I really am focused on building. That is very, very important to me. Because this is not something that I just want to implement, sell an NFT collection, and leave. I want to implement this, sell an NFT collection, continue using that, creating utility to unlock different features of the website, help you build your own community, and make this really big. I love working with people, and it's an NFT platform is a perfect tool to be able to bring other people together. It's like I fantasize like a Naruto story, right? He walks a life and he meets these different people, and then he builds this community of people, and that's part of his origin story, right? And but it really is all about building something useful and helping to write other people's story, enable the people to write their own story, right? And so that's what I'm hoping that this platform will be, the Naruto of Gala chain that brings people together and helps to rise the tide of everything. So for you anime fans out there, maybe that was a horrible analogy, but
you can check, like there's a bunch of posters right here. Most people that watch me are anime fans. But that did lead on to the next question that I was talking about. So there's several platforms that are similar to what you plan to build, and how are you planning to stay competitive among them? You answered part of it already by saying you want them to be used as a story platform for them. But is there any other features, like you said earlier, that you're planning to build all these other tools? But is there anything else that you think that would put you ahead of, say, for example, OpenSea and Magic Eden? Those are the two main ones that I can think of at the top of my head.
Yeah, so the referring mechanism, I think, is a big one. I don't think there's any other platform that does that, where if you bring people to the platform and they trigger a platform fee, and then my platform will then give you that referral amount. That's I think, a pretty innovative feature. The governance being implemented, that's another innovative feature that will be differentiate my platform from other traditional NFT minting platforms. In addition, um, uh, I want to create APIs for NFT ownership verification. So if you utilize our API, then let's say a game could use our API to verify ownership based on the wallet that's plugged into their ecosystem. So those are some of the things, and I'm not promising that we'll be implementing that feature, but those are the type of things that I want to continue building, right? That actually makes our platform useful. That's very important. I've been in software development for a very long time, and the worst thing you can do is create what's called shelfware. So shelfware is where you implement software and they take it and then they put it on the shelf and they never use it. That is the nightmare scenario for people that build things, where you build something and it's not useful. And so I'm very passionate about building useful tools, and I might get it wrong, right? I might implement something and it's underutilized or not utilized, but maybe this quest idea that I have, and let's say we went forward with it, maybe that's really going to be extremely useful for not only you, but for other people, and it becomes the feature that people talk about. Those are the kind of things that I want to do. You know, I really, that will bring me great pride to create something and then people being enabled and passionate about that one thing, because that allows them to connect to their community better than trying to build it themselves, right? It's extremely expensive to try to build like a quest software feature. Very hard. But if I can create it as a complement to my platform, I think that only helps me meet my goal, but also to help to meet goals like yourself. So I don't know, I'm really passionate. I'm just going to stop right there. But yeah. So that's.
Oh, you can keep on. This is an interview about you just sharing all the information. So feel free to talk as much as you like. I did message Rostakip, the person for NFT Harbor, about this, but you could also probably use it on your platform. You know how everybody likes loot boxes? You could have a section on your platform where you, for example, say you have a Champions Arena NFT and your price, like your target price, say, is roughly $200. So you could put it into the monster market, just a quote example, what you could call it. And then it would be random loot boxes of, for example, say Champions Arena loot box. And then you could buy a entry, like a ticket or raffle to that loot box for like $5 in like Gala, Fiat, whatever. And then you have an option to win that $200 NFT, but all you paid is like $5 to $10, depending on how much you bought the raffle tickets on. And it's like a loot platform, so you could have it from like PFPs, like your collection, or like Azukis or CryptoPunks. People could just like, oh, I want to sell a CryptoPunk, but I don't want to sell it directly. I want to make it into like a loot box. So they'd be like, oh, I'm looking for, say, $200. I'm looking for like 50 entries, and then bang. And then everybody will see like on the page, you'll be like, oh, CryptoPunk loot box, entry is $5. You have like 4 days to get a raffle ticket. And as soon as it hits the minimum amount of sold for what the buyer wants, it will just be like, okay, anything else, it's just extra that gets distributed to the platform or like your referral program. So if somebody that is selling it is referred, they can split the revenue like that. There's another idea that would be interesting.
Yeah, the loot box, Gala's SDK does allow you to do loot boxes. Sorry, my kids just got home. I was anticipating this, but sorry, you might hear them. Yeah, so that's part of the SDK. We are interested in doing loot boxes. The raffle aspect of from a legality, there's certain things in the US that you can't do, right? And raffles is in the gray zone. So I'm very cautious of implementing things that may not be legal, right? So
Yes.
I would have to talk to a lawyer on that one because of that aspect. But loot boxes are part of the SDK, so that is something I am interested in doing. Where If it's an initial sale, you put a bunch of stuff on, you didn't sell that. That works. I'm sorry, it's a little the kids.
That's right. It's fine. You're good. I believe my wife knocking on the door. I was like, I'm busy. Come back. So another question that I ask quite a lot of people is, what question would you like to answer that nobody's asked you yet? Is there a question or a topic that you have in the back of your mind, like nobody's asked me this, but I would love to tell everybody about your platform?
Yeah. I think the aspect is the NFT collection is a it's going, and I kind of talked about this already, but if you buy the NFT collection, the idea is that you'll be able to unlock different features on the website. And I don't think collections do a good job actually putting utility to NFTs. And I think that is my long-term plan. And I just want to emphasize that. So that's a big one. If that's something I don't talk enough about, but it's an aspect that I'm very focused on accomplishing that task. And it's quite literally like if I had a, there's like my objectives. It's one of my key objectives. And so I guess I'll just emphasizing that I think is important.
Well, what are some of the other key objectives that you have on the list that you want to fulfill?
Yeah. So then oh, excuse me.
Sorry. Yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So the other key objective is I want to be the number one used platform on GalaChain, which is very difficult to do because Harbor is doing an amazing job. And it's going to be very difficult to do that, but you got to shoot for the stars, right?
Yep.
Because then you can land on the moon. Being second is not an issue. You gotta have a goal. And I want my platform to be something that's infectious, right? When I look at OpenSea daily, it's not healthy. And because I like seeing where things go with NFT collections. I like to see, what people are buying. And I want my platform to do the same thing. I want people to use it, right? And so that's another key objective, meaningfully addicting. So that's another key objective. And it's kind of a, touchy-feely objective. It isn't quantitative per se, but that's another key objective of mine.
It's a good thing. Shoot for the stars. Everybody wants to be rank 1. And it's a nice goal to have. Good luck with that. I know OpenSea is dominating the market right now, and GalaChain wise, because everybody's been using NFT Harbor, it's currently rank 1. So you have a really tall mountain to climb, but I'm pretty sure you can do it, especially with all the features that you said you're planning to implement and the NFT collections and all the other little like tools that you have ready to go. I'm excited about this because NFT Harbor is a escrow based platform. So you have to do everything yourself step by step. And most people don't like that style. It's more safer, obviously, but you have to like micromanage it. It's like, oh, seller pays fees, then buyer pays fees, then send your NFT. Most people, I was reading in the Discord, like one of the Gala community Discords, I was like, can't I just like deposit my NFT to you first and then you take care of everything? And then I believe Rosterkip responded no, because that would mean I'm a bank and that would have extra like legal issues, as you were saying previously, that there's certain things that you have to get a lawyer's information on. So if you do create a platform that is similar to OpenSea, where you can do it exactly as like buy orders, selling right and that, I'm pretty sure that will take off. So you have the span of a year, I think the bull run might last. If you can get it up and running or like a beta test in that period, I'm sure the platform would take off like to the moon, as you said.
Yeah, and to NFT Harbor and Rustic specifically, the only reason why it's escrow is because GalaChain doesn't allow you to do that. What he's done is he looked at what can I actually do, and he implemented the escrow methodology, which I think he did an amazing job doing it. But that's the only reason why. Yeah, and that's the only reason why it's like that today. Now I'm not trying to put words into his mouth, but that's my understanding. And so once GalaChain allows that feature set, he will do it he will do it as well. And so I just wanted to be clear about that, because he's an amazing builder. He's only doing that because he has to.
Okay, so currently GalaChain doesn't allow you to do it like that. So this was the way that it was set up. But once GalaChain like goes fully open and public, I'm guessing they'll have those type of features. So then NFT Harbor, being Rostkip as he is, he gets updates every couple of days, and like I don't know how he does it. He works like 24/7 by the looks of things, but I'm guessing he'll get it updated in like the next couple of days, which is good to know, because quite a lot of people have been asking for that type of feature.
Yep. Yeah. If it's possible, when it's possible, he'll make sure it's possible. So yeah, and that's the reason why that my platform isn't quite live yet, is because of that feature set. And there was an update to the SDK in Gala Connect, and we're experimenting with that to see if we can actually go live. And so it might be soon, but anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know that that's why it's like that, at least from my understanding.
Oh, it's good to know. I didn't know that, so that's a good piece of information. We have Prospector in chat. How are you doing? Do you have any questions for Eduardo before we start wrapping up? But yeah, also, if you have anything else you'd like to say, feel free. I know you did mention you'd want people to... Actually, you can mention your Discord, because I believe there's a campaign going right now.
Yes. Please join. What you can do is, if you can find me in the Gala Discord, click on my bio, and there's a Gala link. And once you join, there will be some directions in the global announcements that will talk about the invite campaign that we have. So if you invite your friends, your family, your neighbors to the Discord, and if you invite the most people that are Gala Gold or Gala Node owners, you're in the running for up to, for first place, you can have $150 with the Gala. Second place is $100 with the Gala, and third place is $50 with the Gala. And so it's all based on how many people you invite. So that's our invite campaign. We believe that we structured it in a way that will incentivize not botting, because they need to be real people that have roles in the Gala ecosystem. And my son is just around the corner here. So find me, look at that link, and say hi. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, I just posted that so people have a direct link. And also be careful of people impersonating Eduardo. I was in your Discord like a couple hours ago, and I saw in public chat that somebody's already impersonating you. So that's a good sign, because when scammers and all those people start targeting you, you know you're going in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a sad milestone. When people try to impersonate you, it's a good sign, because you're building something meaningful. You're making yourself a target. But yeah, the reason why I became a mod in Gala is because I absolutely am. I just hate scammers, and so it was my way of being able to be part of the solution of combating, the evil people that try to, take advantage of people. But anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox on that, because it just really raises my blood pressure. But just watch out. Be very careful from that aspect.
I think I did apply to be a Gala mod like last year when it was open, but I don't think they liked my response. I was like, I'm in your Discord all the time. I link the messages to the mods like, delete this is a scam. You might as well make me a mod and I'll do it for you, save a step. And they were like, yeah, we know, but I don't think that's the right fit. But yeah, it's nice to see people out there like you and several other community mods, like NFT Chuck, for example. I'm a good friend of NFT Chuck, and quite a few other community mods that are there to protect the people from scams, because it's happened to everybody at least once. Like, you click on a dodgy link, or you're awake at like 4 a.m. and you check the email that you've got an invite key for this beta, and it leads you to a dodgy website, and you're like, wake up in the morning, like, why don't I have any crypto? But yeah.
Yep.
So that is a good for your platform. Will there be like mods like that manage transactions and make sure like nothing happens there? Or for example, if they spot a dodgy transaction, can they flag it to give people warning, like, don't interact with this wallet, or don't interact with this person or address, because it could be compromised?
Yeah, so we don't have that on the roadmap, because on OpenSea you can flag NFTs, and then the NFT is no longer able to be sold. You can flag accounts and ban them. We don't have that on our immediate roadmap rather, but it is a feature that I think a healthy, well-rounded platform needs. But yeah, it's something that we'll build towards. We have, I have my technical staff. They're going to be monitoring the site, to make sure nothing's going wrong. So we do have a proactive approach to ensure that the platform is safe for users, that users are aren't trying to take advantage of, whatever they may be able to take advantage of. So yeah, nothing of that sort day one. But yeah, it's something that I am, that's a passion of mine is scammers. And so I'm sure that we'll build something in the near future once we're live, up and running, and we have the volume. Because again, it's a key feature of a well-rounded platform. So not day one, but we'll get there.
It'll be in the works. That's good to know. So I believe that's all the questions I've had to you and about Trip Crypto. Do you have anything else you would like to say, or anything else that you'd like to mention before we wrap up?
Yeah, so there's more to the Morphsters platform than just the, being able to mint. I'm working on creating a novel also to complement the Morphsters NFT collection. And there's the little things I think are important that help to kind of help make the community sticky. I've created some Discord stickers and emotes, and so I'm working on those things. It's really hard to rationalize paying whatever amount of money to get those created, but those are the things that I found to be exciting about a community. And I'm doing my best to start creating those non-tangible things for the community to, really bring value to people. So, if you have a good idea, please let me know. The quest thing, like you just brought up, that's great. Please, if you have a great idea, just let me know. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'll be able to do it, but I do have a section in the Discord for ideas. It's in the public section. So if you have something, put it there, and I will truly consider it. I love people's input. I can't promise you that I'll do it, but if I do decide to go forward with anything that's suggested, I'll of course give people credit. But anyway.
Well, the idea might sound simple, but implementing on the back end can generally be a daunting task. Like I say, build a quest platform, but then building with the quest platforms and then getting people to link their data and like all of this and that is quite daunting. So yeah, I know sometimes like throw out ideas. The back end can be a little bit crazy. But just quickly checking chat to make sure there's no questions that we've missed. OBX Reaper, hello, good sir. You've caught us just at the end. We're about to wrap up, but don't forget to go back over the live stream, because as soon as it turns off, you'll be able to watch it back on YouTube for the full interview duration. So make sure you do that. And that is, I believe, where we'll wrap up. As always, make sure to check the links in the description, the official links to all of the Trip Crypto, Eduardo's X, and the Morpheus platform. Most of them are there. I got them directly from his Discord, so you don't have to click on any dodgy links. And as we were just talking about, get scammed. And you can catch me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That is generally when I stream. I think I'll be making Fridays like feature Fridays, like bringing people on, talking about Gala Chain, for example, like Eduardo. Is there any other social media links that you would like to share?
Just Twitter. Twitter and Discord are the main ones. I'll put the Twitter link in the chat. Please follow me there. And yeah, make sure to share, subscribe, and like, right? That's always important.
Yes. Well, this is the Tipped Crypto Twitter or X, and this is the Morphsters Twitter and X. And if I just quickly, if I go back, you should be here as well. I can grab you real quick. I know it's in the Discord link. There we go. And if I click, there you go. Perfect. Found you. I think that's not what I want. And I believe this is your X. So there you go. I'll give you a follow as well. Can't believe I wasn't following before. Or is this the YouTube X? This might be the YouTube X, so I might not be following you there. I've got a separate account for the YouTube tutorial videos, and then I have like my actual personal account. It just makes it easier to back and forth. But there you go. I've given you a follow on that as well. So, cool, the whole thing. Thank you, fellas. You've been here from the start. Much appreciated, good sir. As always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.
Peace.